Yeah, welcome to the Degenerate Gamblers. We are almost into summer right now. This is the doldrums of betting, but luckily we got a real horse racing problem here, along with a little baseball and some NBA playoffs. Yeah, we'll bet on anything. We
Tennis,
got
Howie. French
OKC.
Open.
We got the French Open. Yeah. Alcatraz,
Why not?
Alcaraz, whatever the hell his name is. Carlos. He's a
Yep.
beast.
Beastin'.
I'll tell you what, looking right now at this, let's start with the NBA because we got OKC. The Pacers playing OKC. Yo, they're going to OKC as a 9-point dog.
No,
That's
favorite.
huge.
Favorite.
What do you think of that?
OKC's a 9-point favorite.
Well, I'm saying the Pacers are a 9-point dog.
Dog, yeah. I'm all over the Pacers. Give me the Pacers all day. 9 points in an NBA final, game one. The way they've been playing, the way they played against the Knicks, the way they played all playoffs, they love to push the tempo. I like the Pacers +9, and I like the over at 231.
I'm with you, dog. And that's a high over-under, and they'll probably score 270.
I think they're just going to push, both of these teams.
This is going to be a fun game. Here's the thing. As a Knicks fan, we lost to the better team, better guards. Sakiam's one of the best players in the league.
Yeah.
This team runs and runs and runs. The Thunder runs. This is just going to be whoever scores the most points wins.
Howie, there were so many times that Siakam got down the court before the Knicks even knew he was gone. Just quick baskets. Yeah. This game, at least this one, maybe Vegas will figure it out after game one. But I think this one goes over by a good margin. And I like the Pacers +9. I just don't see them getting blown out in this game.
No, I'm with you. I'll take them. And I'll take the over. I'll probably tease it down a little. But I like the Pacers. And I like the series to go 7 games.
I think it's going to go longer than people think.
Yeah.
Indiana's +9. Is it +900 to win it? To win the series?
You got to sprinkle a little on it. I mean,
right?
They're a good team, man. They're a good team. So that's about it. Baseball, we're back and forth. Yankees look solid. Hit the ball.
How about the Detroit Tigers, Howie?
Dude,
the Detroit Tigers.
I bet them every game. I have them in a parlay. I got every game. Milwaukee Brewers are playing well.
Kid had 3 home runs last night. They won 13-1.
So we'll be at you with baseball. Listen, but right now, we're going into horse racing because this weekend is the biggest weekend of the year. And look, we got our boy Frank Lyons here, baby.
How we doing, Howie Dewey?
Frank, what do you bet? You look like you bet at the Barnes this morning.
Well, I actually was out there, and it's a beautiful day here in Saratoga, as you know, Howie.
Yeah, I know. I'm still here. I haven't rented the house, which I just told Steve. That means by Sunday, I'll be divorced with no house.
Yeah.
Or rich.
I got. Well, you can just move in here, Howie.
I may have to, brother. Yes. I may have to. Unless I can pull a couple winners. Which, listen, Frank. Look, and if you don't know this, people, there's horse racing Wednesday through Sunday in Saratoga, New York, which normally would be the Belmont, but they're still reconstructing Belmont Park. Supposedly it'll be ready next year. I don't see it. I think it'll probably be 2 years. We got a little thing in New York City called unions, and they like to take their time.
I don't know when Belmont's going to be done. I'm not a construction worker. But, I mean, the worst thing would be having to have the Belmont up here at Saratoga again. That wouldn't be such a bad thing.
I'm looking forward to it. And now, Frank, are you going to be over there all week?
Well, on Fox, I'm on Fox tomorrow on Thursday from 12 to 2. And Saturday from 10:30 to 12, and I'll be I'll be over at Saratoga most of the time.
Yeah, I'll see you over there. I think I'll probably pop over Wednesday. I can't believe Saturday. These races start at 10:30 a.m.
Yeah, and the Belmont I think goes off at 7:05.
7:05.
There's
Yeah,
14 races.
14 race. I'm not
8 o'clock at night. You got 10:30 to 8 p.m.
Yeah,
I mean, Saturday I probably won't even go over until 4 or 5.
yeah. Like I'm working at 10:30, but I'll probably hang out there all day. But it's going to be a long day.
That's a long day, man. You better bring a water bottle and a flask.
Well, how about this? It's going to rain again.
Oh, I know that. Hey, Steve, by the way.
Hi, Frank.
So that's what the forecast is. Rain. That'll
More
kind of
rain.
Yeah, that'll it'll. Well, I mean, it was muddy in the Derby, so it's not like Sovereignty or Baeza or journalism haven't seen this kind of track before. And let's pray that the gods look upon horse racing, and they usually do, to be honest with you. And it all goes off safe and sound, and we get the race that it looks like on paper that it's going to be.
Now, before we get into that, look, Frank, I'm looking at Wednesday's card.
Right.
There's 4 $200,000 races right in a row.
Okay, so I think they're running like 20. They give away over $12 million over the 5 days.
It's crazy.
It's crazy. Yeah, there's like 5 grade ones on Saturday. And they're just fantastic. The Met Mile is a fantastic race. The True North is a fantastic race. I mean, you're being treated to the finest of horse racing.
Yes.
I think up here over the next few days, it's kind of like Royal Ascot. You got, the best horses in the country are right here, right now.
This is like a Breeders' Cup on Saturday. Tomorrow, I looked over the card, and I'm either going to start off really good or really bad, because in the 7th race tomorrow in the Kingston, $200,000 race, Billy Mott, who looks like he has some horses in tomorrow.
Well, he's got one in on Saturday called Sovereignty. I think that's what he'll be worried about all of them, but that's. I've been seeing Billy Mott around the backside a lot, and Billy Mott is very happy. And that makes me think that if Billy Mott's very happy, that Sovereignty has to be doing fantastic, as well as a lot of his other horses. But his main focus will be on Sovereignty. And I have to think that Sovereignty, and I've seen him on the track, and he looks fantastic, as does journalism, as does Baeza. It's just going to be a race for the ages.
It is. And I'm starting out tomorrow. 7th race. He's got the 11 horse tomorrow, the Shadow Dragon. The only reason I looked at the stats, he's 6 for 9 in the last 60 days with a favorite. This guy, he doesn't lose much. When he's got the favorite, he's tough to beat. He's got Castellano on him tomorrow. And that is the one horse that I will bet tomorrow.
Well, that Billy Mott through the years has been a very patient trainer. Yeah. That's why he skipped the Preakness. It's just not like him to bring a horse back in 2 weeks. And Sovereignty, he might have been able to handle it, but it's to be honest with you, I was kind of disappointed that he didn't run in the Preakness. Because I feel like, if you're going in Lexington and you're going past Darley Stud and they say to you, Sovereignty, the Derby winner is in there, can we go in and see him? I think there'll be a whole lot more weight to, there's a Triple Crown winner in here. Can we go see him? So I don't really... I 100% agree with all of the connections of Sovereignty skipping the Preakness, but I know it's beneficial to the horse, and the horse is going to, he comes in here off a 5-week layoff, which is perfect, and he's perfectly trained up to this race, and I just see it being a fan. I've no idea who's going to win. I've no idea. I can't tell you that journalism is going to win, because I can see Sovereignty win it, I can see journalism win it, and I can see Baeza running a huge race because he has improved and he's got a trainer exactly like Billy Mott and John Sheriffs, who takes his time with horses
Good trainer.
and really conditions them well. And if you look at Baeza's buyers, they've gone from 62 to 103, and they've just progressed with every race. And now he's got 5 weeks also. But he also shipped back to
I
California
was going to
after the
ask
Derby.
you that, Frank.
Yeah. So he's got, when you ship horses, everyone says that they, other than maybe some horses, but everyone says they're concerned about shipping.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know what's going to happen. And he shipped over from California over to Kentucky for the Kentucky Derby, went back to California, and now he's back to Belmont. So I don't think it's going to take anything out of him, but it can.
Frank, how about another horse that was on the East Coast, Rodriguez? Did he go back west?
Yeah, I wouldn't be cheering that hard.
Come on, Frank. Two things.
Did he stay here though? Did he stay on the East Coast?
Yeah.
No,
he won the Wood Memorial, and he hasn't run. And he hasn't run since.
Yeah, I know. But did he go back to California?
Right.
That's what
my question is. He did.
Yes, he went back to California, but he has had a quarter crack in his that you get in the foot, and that's why he had to miss the Derby. But I don't see him winning it. Howie, I'm sorry to
Howie, don't
burst your bubble.
Howie, don't.
I might not burst your bubble. He might win it.
Listen,
but I would say the connections of all the other horses were very, very happy to see Crudo lined up to, and he is going to.
Frank, that was the next horse. That was the next one I was going to ask you about. You know how he's all over that horse, Johnny V, Pletcher.
I have to bet Rodriguez because Rodriguez's father was authentic. And Frank, I've been on authentic a little bit because we got a little horse called Hoosick Falls from the same father or sire.
Absolutely right. And if your horse turns out to be 10% of Rodriguez, you'll be happy. You'll get, you'll make money.
Yeah.
So Rodriguez is, you got Bob Baffert on the horse is going to be in front. I believe Crudo will, as I said, the other connections are very, very happy that Crudo entered the race because he has speed to go with Rodriguez. And to have Rodriguez sitting out there alone on the lead would have been a very dangerous thing for the other opponents because Bob Baffert has been the man when it comes to shipping horses over to Saratoga. Do you remember a few years ago he shipped in and he won everything here? And, Chad and Todd and all the big names here had to, take a stand back and appreciate what Bob Baffert did and still does.
Yeah, if he's got a little crack in his hoof or his shin, Bob's been known to fix those pretty quickly.
Well, that's the thing. You cannot fix a quarter crack. You can just, patch it up to, and the horse will be fine, you think. But, I don't know because I haven't been around Rodriguez and Bob Baffert is, and Bob Baffert said that he's good now. So, you have to listen to that, and you watch him train and stuff. And he's training really good too.
Yeah, I don't know. I just like it because he's from authentic. And of course, the trainer that trains our little pony Hoosick Falls worked under Billy Mott for 10 years.
Oh, that's right, Jennifer Paragallo.
I've been saying her name wrong for 6 years. And Frank corrected me the other day. Yeah.
You were calling her Smith.
So yeah. Talk about the horse that Steve just mentioned, Crudo.
I did have a question for you on that one, Frank, because
so
ran in the on Preakness Day in the Sir Barton, right?
Yep.
That's a pretty big step from going from the Sir Barton to the Belmont Stakes.
That's what I was going to say, is that I think that Crudo is a very good horse, but I think being a very good horse, he it's maybe not quite his.
No, he just went mute. Wait, all right, Frank.
Well, that was, I mean, what he was talking about with that Crudo horse. Loves to get out to the lead, loves to stay up at the lead. Last 3 wins, it was out lead, won the last 2. So, but I just think it's a big step up. Bobby Flay owns this, so there's going to be some, you're going to get some attention behind it just because of that right there. Trained by Pletcher, Johnny V on.
Yeah.
That the Belmont comes too quick for him. He's just had 3 races, and he's owned by Bobby Flay.
Yeah,
but I think he's a very, very good horse. He beat a Brad Cox, second or third time starter last time out, who was favoured over him, who was a nice horse, and he opened up there at Pimlico and just won easily. And looked like he has a big race in him, and he will win a big race. But I don't think it's going to be the Belmont this weekend.
So you look at the Belmont, and you have sovereignty, you have journalism, and everyone's pointing at a 2-horse race. The problem is it's at Saratoga, and it always happens here. It's always somebody that nobody even thinks about.
Well, this is known as the graveyard of favorites.
That's right.
Like American Pharaoh, when he came here, he got beat by Keen Ice in the Travers, and plenty of other horses have gotten beat here. So, and like I said before, I do not I've usually got an opinion about a race, and I've got many opinions about this race. I see 3 very, very good horses in this race. Sovereignty beat Journalism at 1.25 miles. He beat him fair and square. I think that the Kentucky Derby is a certain type of race that I'll forgive a horse's performance in the Derby, because it's 20-horse field, first time going 1.25 miles, was on a sloppy racetrack. So I do think that there is a chance that Journalism is a better horse than that's been beaten a length and 3/4 or whatever in the Derby. But then again, Sovereignty is what can I say about him? Journalism has had a race in between.
Yeah.
So Sovereignty has had the chance to mature. Journalism is shipped from California to Kentucky, Kentucky to Maryland, now Maryland to Belmont, and he's had he's had several races that are taxing on a horse. I can see several outcomes to this Belmont.
Yeah.
And by the way, so Baeza's dam, Puka, she was by Big Brown, who I absolutely loved. One of the best horses I've ever been around. But Puka has dropped Mage 2 years ago, won the Derby. She dropped Dornoch last year, won the Belmont, won the Haskell. And if Puka, or if Baeza wins the Belmont, she'll have bred 3 classic winners, 3 Triple Crown race winners in 3 years. That is unequal. That will never be done again. Never been done before. I don't believe, anyway.
Yeah, that's you don't hear too many mothers doing that.
No, you do not.
That's some good genetics.
Frank,
That's
how
some
about
good genetics.
Like Baez is the highest purchased horse in this race out of all the horses that have been.
Yeah.
Does that, I mean, obviously, is that because of its pedigree? The rest of it's just kind of out the window?
Yeah. The rest, it's looks. If he was a bad-looking horse, he would never have made 1.2 million.
Yeah.
It's the fact that Mage was around, Dornoch was probably not around when he was bought, but that he was by McKinsey, who hadn't had runners yet. He's his first 3-year-olds, and they're very, very popular. A very good sire, McKinsey is. And, it would have been his physical attributes that made him make 1.2 million. And it's a plus that Dornoch and Mage have come along and increased his value as a stallion.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting. Now, what about this scenario? If it's a close race, journalism wins, sovereignty wins, it goes 1-2. Do these two run it back in the Travers?
Sovereignty will. I would say they, if he runs a encouraging and a very good race, probably even if he does, unless he runs a bad race. And journalism, you have like 2 months, right, to the Travers, or it's like 7 weeks. So
like
that's
the
enough.
23rd of August.
Yeah, 23rd of
2
August.
months.
So it's June 3rd there, June, July. So it's it's more than 2 months. So they'll be able to give. So yes, I would imagine that they'll hook up again in the Travers and throw Baeza in there, because Baeza is, he might win this thing on Saturday.
Yeah, this is going to be some race. $2 million.
$2 million. It was only worth, I believe, like 1.5 2 years ago when they ran this at Belmont, and it was 2 million for the 150th running last year, and 2 million again this year.
I mean, is that the main reason? Is part of it because the Arabs are now involved so much?
They've been involved for the last 30 years,
But it seems like we get off in stables. I mean, it just seems like every year they become a little more dominant.
Well, Godolphin for the longest time had horses here in America, but they didn't really have an interest in even how they did. They, of course, they'd have an interest in a filly that won a big race or a horse that won a big race, but their emphasis was on Europe. That was where they would, that's where Sheikh Mohammed had his best horses, and here was kind of an afterthought. But now it's like American racing has, it's become more, especially since he won the Derby and won the Oaks. Sheikh Mohammed has more of an interest now in the American racing.
Yeah, it sure looks like it. I mean, that little complex they have like a mile from here. Oh my God.
That's it. Oh, it's fantastic.
Is that the one down off of Gilbert Road?
It's
down by the golf course.
No, it's
It's actually near the track.
Oh, over off of Nelson.
Right at the back.
Yeah.
It's right behind Clare Court.
Okay.
If you know Clare Court, on the main track at Saratoga. It's absolutely beautiful. A breathtaking place.
I got lost over there one night walking home. My buddy's like, dude, you're lucky you didn't get shot. Like,
that's a bad neighborhood there to check my.
I was going to say, Howie, you're 2 blocks over in Jefferson Terrace. That's where you were. We know what you were doing.
I was over there. No, they were like, they were talking about the security at Godolphin, because I was like, wow, I'm going to walk in there and check out some of these ponies.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was like 2 in the morning.
I don't think you're allowed to do that.
Yeah. I mean, but that whole setup is insane. It's just like the track here.
Yeah, it's just like the track. Well, it's very, it's not like the track because you train there by yourself.
Yeah.
You don't have anyone else to worry about.
Yeah, it's different. Like when I walk over to the Oklahoma track in the morning, I watch these horses work out. You feel like you're at the main track. It's very similar.
Sure.
You feel
like
they
used
there.
to race.
Now
they used to race on the Oklahoma.
Oh, they did, didn't they?
That was the original Saratoga.
Way back in the day. That's right.
Way back in the day. You were there, Howie.
Yeah, probably. When I was 16, 17, that's where I parked. I parked over there all the time. And my car sometimes would be there for 3 or 4 days. You just didn't know. And I'd forget where I parked it.
Yes.
But, how about that? Here's a question. Now, so we're over there in the pony. Hoosick Falls is working out for 3 furlongs. And I'm sitting there. And while the horse is working out, Chad Brown, who I'm not a big fan, he comes in with his crew of, 10 assistant trainers. He walked 20 horses. He's got 20 horses in line, and they just all walk out in the track at the same time. So that's one thing. Within 10 seconds, one of the horses throws a rider and just takes off down. The sirens come on, and it's like, we got our 2-year-old working out, and all of a sudden, one of his 20 horses gets loose. By the way, he also had another horse throw a rider earlier that the poor guy had to go to the hospital. He was all messed up. But what do you think? Should there be a limit to how many horses you should have on that track at the same time?
Yes, there should be. That's actually a thing that should be kind of brought up because you're right. So the track.
I was pissed.
Say it opens at 7. It opens at 5 or 5:30. But so you want to train on the track when it opens, right? That's the best track. All the horses work then. So it's like, you're saying to you can possibly say to Chad and to Todd, like, that you're only allowed a certain amount of horses on the track at one time. But it's kind of like the best trainers have the most horses, and are the better trainers, the better known trainers, and it's tough to Yeah, I do know what you're saying though, and there's definitely a thing.
Yeah, because
like when they bring 2-year-olds, unbroken 2-year-olds onto the track, and they're going from rail to rail. Yeah, it's amazing that that the horses have they've mainly been safe. And by the way, when those horses, when they drop a rider and they run, they run right back to their stall. Most of the time,
they sure as hell try to.
Back to the stall. Yeah.
I have a video. I took a video. This horse got loose, and I'm talking. It was scary because this horse was just tearing ass every which direction, like coming close to drilling other horses. And while this is happening, not our horse hadn't taken off yet, but another horse was in full gallop finishing, and I'm like, this could be a disaster. It was just. And I give credit to these this rider chased it down. It was amazing. Did a great job. And the whole time, Brown, the outrider, Brown's sitting there like, don't worry about it. He'll be okay. And I'm like, I just wanted to smack him right in the back of the head.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just like, dude, you got 20 horses on the fucking track right now. What? And they just came out at the same. And I'm like, there's got to be a rule about this.
Well, that's because he's got to train. Like, he'd have probably. I don't know how many horses he has here, but down at Payson Park, when you drive into Payson Park, he's got the first barn, the second barn, the third barn. He's got a lot of horses, and Chad's got to get them out.
Yeah, I understand.
Frank, what about Chad's horse in the Belmont, the one horse, Hill Road?
Hill Road. Yeah, he was third in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile last year, behind Citizen Bull, and his 2 races this year was third in the Tampa Bay Derby, and he probably would have needed that one. And then he won the Peter Pan last time out again.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see him stepping up, because I think that journalism and sovereignty are certainly 2 horses for like that are above the average 3-year-old, and things I've seen journalism do. The Preakness 2 weeks ago, that was something else. He had no chance.
Unbelievable.
When he got stopped. I'm down the backside when he was scrubbing into him, and Larry Combs said, and journalism is being ridden down the backside. I thought this horse is not handling this track at all, and he wasn't handling the track. And to end up winning the way he got stopped, the way he barreled his way through horses, you don't see that every day. And when they do barrel their way through horses, Gosker was home. He was headed for home, and he was going to win. And this horse got him in the end. Got him easily. Like, that's why I say, if you had to nail me down and say you have to pick a horse, I would pick journalism because of what I've seen him do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think
And,
obviously those two are just
well, I would say journalism and Baeza, you might, because sovereignty is going to be coming from well behind, and Baeza and journalism are going to get the jump on him. And even though Baeza was running late in the Derby, he probably ran the best race in the Derby of all the other horses, because he was nearly dead last, and he made that late move. And in the Santa Anita Derby, he was in front, turning for home. So he's going to be closer in this race than he was in the Derby. And with sheriffs training him, and like I say, he's exactly like Billy Mott, taking his time with horses, and getting the best. He trains Zenyatta, and what a job he did with Zenyatta. And he's just a great trainer. When he gets a good horse, they're very good.
Yeah, well, that's good insight. I mean, I think we pretty much covered the Belmont. It's going to be a great race. And so Thursday, you're over there from 10 to noon.
From noon to 2.
Lost him, yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's reconnecting. Are you there now? Are you there?
Yeah, I think it's his connection. That's
Yeah.
Reconnect.
Frank.
Yeah,
Dude, it's your Wi-Fi over there on East Avenue.
Yeah, I know. That's what my son keeps telling me. The damn Wi-Fi's gone again.
Yeah, it's that connection, man. So there you have it, man. We'll be over there. I'll be over there. It looks like probably every day.
Yep.
I'll be single by Sunday. There's no doubt.
Bring plenty of money.
But yeah, I'll be over there, Frank. I'll be. Where do they have you set up over there, Frank?
By the paddock, I believe.
Great.
By the paddock.
Oh, okay.
Back side of the paddock. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool. I'll pop over there. We'll see where the bankroll ends up on Sunday.
We'll know if Howie's got a for sale sign out on his house.
Yeah. Yeah. You might see me tackling one of these horses in the backstrike on Sunday. I'm desperate, man. I'll be desperate. That's what us degenerate gamblers do. All right. Well, Senora, we'll see you. All right, guys. Frank. All right, Frank.